Hey everyone, welcome back to Pearl Media. Today we're reacting to a Kevin Samuels video with some honest, unfiltered thoughts. Let's get right into it.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 27.
All right. So, should you put your man on the pedestal?
Through my recent experiences, I've learned that it's necessary, but I've been having a hard time, just like some of the women who have called.
Been having a hard time with what?
Cooperating as easily as I should. And I recognize that, and I'm trying my best to learn how to. So as I roll through like rejection and lessons learned, I wanted to know if you think it's necessary that I should be upfront next time of like, I'm trying to learn this and this is where I'm at in my journey, or should I just let it roll?
Honesty is. You need to be honest. I mean, what I'm hearing you say is you're having a hard time cooperating in a relationship.
Yeah.
Give me an example of what.
So an example is me pursuing grad school, and the last person expressed to me that they really weren't into me going to grad school because they were more interested in like having a wife, a stay-at-home partner, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't really align with what I want right now.
Turn your volume down a little bit. We're getting feedback. How long have you guys been seeing one another?
Not long at all, like less than a month. It came up in casual conversation.
Then that means nothing. If a person you've been seeing for less than a month doesn't want you to go to grad school, you don't have to change your life for that.
Yeah.
When was the last relationship you've had?
That was in 2017.
And how long did that last?
Like a year.
Okay, and what about the one before that?
2 years.
And when did it end?
It ended in like 2016, and then I moved to a different state, and then I lived overseas for like 2 years, and now I'm back, and I just like landed in a different state that I plan on settling in.
Were your mother and father married?
Yeah, they're still married.
Do you have any siblings?
I have one half brother.
So you going to grad school for what?
I want to go to grad school for like applied mathematics.
And what do you want to do with that?
I want to work with data and environmental science.
All right. And do you want to be married?
I do. I do want to be married, and I want kids. And I even told myself, well, perhaps I could do like a part-time online program over the next couple years that can extend like 4 or 5 years while staying at home. But I guess my main question to you is next time I date someone, like how should I express that I'm learning these things, and I have been more so focused on like career and school.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to learn, but like I
Have
need
you ever
some.
sat down and had any interpersonal therapy?
Yeah, I'm in therapy now.
And how long have you been in therapy?
I've been in therapy since January.
And has there been any kind of diagnosis?
Yeah, like anxiety.
Are you on any kind of medication for that?
No.
Has there been a recommendation for medication?
Not yet.
One of the bigger problems is just basic social skills. If nobody's perfect, and if you're basically saying, hey, how do I navigate dating by telling somebody I want these things as an outcome, but I'm not perfect yet, but I'm willing to work with you if you're willing to work with me. That's basically what I'm hearing you say. Is that?
Yeah.
All right. Say that.
Okay.
Say that in a nutshell. But then here's the thing. You got to be willing to extend that same amount of grace, mercy, understanding in a man as well, because Everybody out here seems to, not everybody, many people out here seem to have that thing. But have that conversation up front. But here's a caveat. You really still only need to deal with men who want the things you want. That's the bigger issue. Dealing with men who want what you want. If you know you want to be married, then only date men who want to marry. If you know you want children, only date men who want children. Because many women who decide to get involved with a man based upon attraction and chemistry, and they don't want the outcomes you want. So all the work, all the deposits you're putting in are useless. When you go to take out, you feel like you're getting a bad deal. I don't think there's anything wrong with telling somebody that you're in process. You know, it probably will actually give you something to talk about other than when the first time y'all gonna have sex. When most people are thinking, when we first meet you guys, we're thinking, how long we gotta do this before we have sex? That's what we're thinking. What do I need to say? How witty do I have to be? What's the combination to your vagina? That's what we're thinking. We really don't hear y'all until after we have sex. That's when the relationship starts in our mind. Like it or not. That's how we're programmed.
Okay.
So you, as a woman, knowing that, only deal with men who want what you want, so you don't run up your body count with men who don't want what you want. Make sense?
Makes sense. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, let's get into this. She's 27, wants to be married, wants kids, wants the whole legacy, the husband, the home, the family. But here's the catch. She openly admits she's had a hard time cooperating in relationships. And listen, I'll give her credit for one thing. At least she was honest. Most women won't even say that out loud. But what Kevin did, as usual, was take that honesty and give her a mirror to really look into. Because see, wanting marriage and a family isn't rare. That's the easy part. Wanting. Everybody wants the result. But when Kevin started asking the real questions, can you follow a man's lead? Do you know how to compromise without turning it into control? Do you know how to be peace, not just want peace? That's when things got quiet. Kevin broke it down. Cooperation isn't weakness, it's value. It's the currency of feminine influence in a man's life. And that's where so many women, especially in this modern culture, miss the mark. They want love, but they resist submission. They want a leader, but can't stop challenging authority. They want partnership, but only on their terms. She admitted she struggled to cooperate, but still believes a man should choose her for the long haul. And Kevin had to stop her right there. You don't get the benefits of marriage just because you desire them. You get them when you've prepared to be someone a man wants to build with. And at 27, the clock isn't striking midnight, but let's be real, it's ticking. Because if you spent your early 20s being uncooperative, combative, and figuring yourself out through failed situationships, you don't just slide into wife mode like flipping a switch. Kevin told her flat out, men, especially men of value, are looking for women who know how to flow, not fight. They're building empires. They don't want to come home to debates, attitude, or competition. They want a partner, not a rival. So yeah, cooperation matters, not just in the kitchen or the bedroom, but in the spirit of the relationship, in how you handle conflict, in how you listen, in how you allow a man to be who he is without needing to constantly prove that you're right. And when Kevin asked her, "Have you worked on that part of yourself?" she hesitated. And that was the real moment. Because see, a lot of women are looking for the results of a healed, mature, balanced version of themselves without ever doing the internal work to get there. They want the husband, the ring, the kids, but they don't want to unlearn the pride, the control issues, the ego that's kept them from coercion.